Good morning. Again, welcome to the Chicala Kitchen. I'm Patty, and today we are doing the next in our series of fall winter soups. This is a staple around here, and it is actually a Thanksgiving tradition. We do an Italian wedding soup, and that's because it is my beautiful daughter-in-law's favorite. And when she started requesting it many years ago, it became tradition for Thanksgiving. But it is a delicious soup. Now the first thing we're going to do is make those little mini meatballs. And I'm going to show you my trick for how I get set up to roll out 50 or 60 little meatballs. Make it easier on myself. So you can use beef. You can use your regular meatball recipe if you choose. I choose, my son and daughter-in-law are very healthy eaters. We try to be healthy. I'm doing turkey meatballs, little mini turkey meatballs, and they are delicious. So I would recommend that you at least give this a try because they're awesome in soup. So I have 2 pounds of ground turkey here. I have 1 medium large onion. Now, I didn't want to grate it. I don't like it to be too juicy. But these are going to be tiny mini meatballs, so we want to make sure that the onion is cooked and nobody's getting a big piece of raw onion. So I put it in my little mini food chopper, and you can see how tiny I minced it. And this is perfect for these meatballs. Okay, we have a cup of breadcrumbs. Use your favorite. These are my homemade breadcrumbs, so these are pretty highly seasoned. I have my herbs in there. I have cheese in there. I keep these in the freezer. Any extra bread around here never goes to waste. We make breadcrumbs. So I have about a cup of breadcrumbs there. I've got about a half a cup of grated cheese. I'm using Parmigiano Reggiano. If you want to use Pecorino, your choice. I have a mixture of parsley and basil that I minced up with my mezzaluna. God bless my nonna who taught me to use it every day. I have 2 eggs. Now I always use extra large eggs. Large would be fine. It's just what I always buy. Okay. And I've got a little bit, a couple tablespoons, maybe a 1/4 cup of milk to throw in there. Salt, obviously. We're going to do some, I use roasted garlic powder. You can use regular garlic powder. You can use very minced up fresh garlic if you choose. I'm making my life a little easier today, and I love the roasted garlic. Okay. And pepper. Now, very, very clean hands. My grandma never made meatballs mixing with a spoon. I keep hearing, don't overmix, it makes them tough. My grandma's rule was it had to be well coagulated together and the mixture had to be soft. That's what I do, and we always use our hands. We transfer our love. So I'm going to mix this up, and then we'll be back and I'll show you how we make our little mini meatballs. Now, if you feel that this is a little bit too dry, your meats, it's going to depend on your meat and your breadcrumbs. When you're done mixing, add a tablespoon or 2 of water or white wine, which is always my preference, but whatever you choose. You can use chicken broth, any kind of liquid, but just do a tablespoon or 2 at a time. You don't want them mushy. We want nice meatballs. Be back in a minute. Okay, meatball mixture. I can't find my large pastry bag and I'm too lazy to go looking for it, so I threw it in a Ziploc bag. Cut off the corner, and I'm squeezing out, you can see here, I'm squeezing out a long row. Now you don't want, just make it about as big around as you want these little tiny meatballs to be. Squeeze it out. Now let me show you what we're going to do. We're just going to cut off, roll, and plop it on the sheet. Makes life easier. I just cut as I go. I'll cut them all up, pick them up and roll, I have water here in case they start sticking to my hands. Once we have them all on this sheet, they're gonna go in a 400-degree oven, probably about 15 minutes. Again, keep an eye on it. Everybody's oven is different. Oh my gosh. Note to self. Next time, cut the onions before you put your makeup on. Excuse me. Okay, so I have a large pot here. I've got the bottom lightly coated with olive oil, and I'm going to throw in my, well, it's not exactly mirepoix, but they're the ingredients in this soup. I have 3 carrots, 2 small onions diced. I would have used 1 large, but I didn't have any left, so I used 2 small, and 2 huge stalks of celery, also diced. So I'm going to saute these until they start to soften. The onion is translucent. And I have here my meatballs. I actually got, I counted them this time, 103. I popped one in my mouth to make sure it was seasoned well. I'm going to recommend you don't do that because it will be so easy to just sit there and pop them like candy. These little meatballs are so good. What a treat. Great little treat for children too. I have my homemade stock. You can use the box stock, anything you want. This is chicken stock. I defrosted, I believe, 3 quarts. They're 3-quart containers, so there should be between 10 and 12 cups of stock in here. I have 8 ounces of small pasta. Traditionally, it is acini di pepe, which is what I have. They're just tiny little balls. You can use ditalini, you can use broken up thin spaghetti, whatever you choose. I have a bunch of spinach. I like to put escarole in this soup. I'm in North Carolina, I don't always find it, and I didn't this week, so spinach it is. I like to do a combination. And very important, Parmesan rind. Parmigiano Reggiano. I keep these in the freezer, I save them, and they're good to go when we're doing soups and stews. So as soon as these are softer, translucent, I'm going to put the stock in, I'm going to put the rind in, and I'm going to let it simmer until everything's really tender, and then we'll be back. All right, I just added the stock. The vegetables were caramelized on the bottom. I added the stock and I added the Parmesan rind. So I'm going to bring this to a simmer, and I'm going to simmer this until the vegetables are tender, and then I'm going to add my acini di pepe, and I'm going to simmer until they are tender. And we'll add the meatballs to warm and the spinach, and soup's on. And this smells amazing. Okay, so the acini di pepe, or the little pasta balls, are tender. The vegetables are tender. I'm going to toss in my meatballs. It will warm them up. Oh my gosh, this looks amazing. And I'm going to toss in the spinach. Now, you know that spinach shrinks down to nothing, so I'm not worried about the amount. Anything that's left will go into a salad. This is going to be amazing. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Okay, so this will simmer for a minute or 2. The spinach will wilt, and then we've got soup. Oh my gosh. This is light but hearty. It's comforting, it's warm, it brings everything about home and nonna and grandma to your kitchen table. Your family will love it. Kids love the little meatballs. So, let me show you. Look at that. Is that not the best looking soup. Okay guys, buon cibo, buon amici. Thank you for joining us today. That means good food, good friends. That's our motto here at La Cicala. It has been since way back when in my blogging days. I hope you come and join us again. We will be doing another in our soup series in a few days, and we will be doing another in our holiday cookie series. Oh my gosh, I got so many emails on the nut strudel I did yesterday, or 2 days ago, I don't even remember, and they were delicious. My husband's staff at the hospital devoured them in one sitting. So check out those videos. Come back and see us again soon. Bye.